Welcome back to Lightning Returns.
And it's the
now
13th part of Final Fantasy XIII Free Lightning Returns.
Redundancy match.
There's a lot of frees. In fact, I think there were three frees in that phrase I just mentioned.
I wish I was free from this.
no matter how
Don't
many...
you know, Shiroi? Follow me, set me free.
Oh boy,
Trust me, and we will escape from this city.
I wish.
I wish.
The woman calling herself the savior was involved. The palace has been
Don't show off the town. The town looks
So
ugly.
the palace has been locked down for the ceremony. Why?
Because snow is brooding. Anyway, no matter how many times I look at it, that outfit doesn't get any less.
Which one?
Lightnings.
Is close to us now. It's not certain why they suddenly closed shop, but it was about the same time that my chaos sensors.
There you go, Jova. It's not certain why they did it.
That kind of reaction.
Let me guess. It has to do with snow sensing that lightning's nearby.
I don't know. The
Oh
game never
wait,
tells
or
us.
maybe it's a new chaos infusion. So what? Is chaos just the excuse for anything going crazy in this universe? I mean, I know that by definition that's what chaos is, but remember, we're dealing with chaos as in a noun sense. In sort of the sense that we had to deal with the hurt in Kingdom Hearts Recoded.
Start thinking up a new plan. One way or another, I'm getting into that palace.
Well, why not just try sneaking in, or, paying your way in, or, I don't know, God forbid, charming one of the guards with your feminine wiles? I don't know, something.
Head of his, that is.
Alright.
Or, you could fly. I'm pretty sure that you've been able to fly. Or, hey, why not use the white chocobo to fly in?
The game is not thinking much.
Hope, let's not.
Doesn't matter. What is it?
Lightning,
Well,
aren't you
that
supposed to be
is
trying to
that.
save these people?
That thing
Wait,
is the seashell cell phone in the movie It Follows.
and that's one of the makeup gadgets from Totally Spies.
I don't... What?
Toriyama, a Canadian show is the last thing you need to copy from.
I mean, I like Totally Spies, but, you don't need to try ripping out Totally Spies. And again, if you have a fetish, I suppose.
I don't... Where did she even get this thing from?
Why not? Hey, what would have worked? Why not those glasses that she's been shown to have had? That would actually give her a reason to have had those stupid sunglasses.
Not just that, Jova, yeah, and I agree. But at the same time, why does she even need to do something like this at all? All she has to do is look around a bit, and she'll be able to find out where she's supposed to go to and who can help her easily, as you're about to see. So what's the point of this thing? It's just confusion it just adds confusion to this.
Shiroi, did I just hear this right? Is Lightning's plan, Lightning, the Savior's plan, to crash a giant stalagmite into the Empire, which could possibly kill people, just so that on the off chance that she can jump off of it and use it like a bridge?
Jova, you're the one of us that hits lightning the most, so are you honestly surprised?
I mean, Lightning did stupid things, but never something that, she never did anything intentionally with the intent of killing people. And I know what you're probably going to say, well, she doesn't have that intent here. Yeah, no, she knows very well, full and well, that people are probably going to die. Like, she even says it doesn't matter. Like, holy cow, at least Lightning in the first 13 game, for as much as I hated her there, at least she was doing it in some sense to try and save the people. Here, this is just to help one guy at most, Snow, who, for all we know, doesn't even really want saving. Like, at least in the first 13 game, Lightning was trying to do something, and even still, yeah, she was being stupid and selfish there too, but not this stupid and selfish.
They're overlapping again.
Wow.
But Jova, don't you see? God took away her ability to emote. She doesn't care about anything.
When
it's
was
part
that ever
of the
established?
story.
When was it
Actually, was
ever...
established actually was established already, wasn't it too? By this point.
I think it's
I
part 2.
don't...
Yeah.
I don't recall it being established that Bunavelza took away her ability to feel, though.
Well, regardless of that, Jova, it will be. It is firmly. Don't worry, Jova. The game will remind you a shit ton of times, so you'll be have plenty of. But the point is, Jova, when God woke her from her slumber, he took away her empathy. Basically, she's now completely emotionless as a natural plot point. So yeah, back to my joke. But Jova, don't you see? God took away her empathy, so it's of course that she's not gonna care about the people dying.
So here's my question: why does he need to take? Okay, if he's taking away her empathy, then why does he need to bargain with her on doing this stuff? Like, if anything, wouldn't her having empathy actually make her do better at her job then? If she has empathy for all these people to help save them, since that's apparently Boonavell's plan to have her save people. Like, I mean, again, maybe if it's dealt with tasks that involved having to sacrifice people to save people, but at most we've had her killing people who have had it coming. Like, this is like the first time, and even still, this is just to save this one guy. And, okay, so you're gonna suggest that Boonavell's plan is to rescue just these specific people along the way? Well, that definitely has not been established. And even if that were, why? Why does he care about these particular people, if I may ask? What about them is so special? What? Because they're the ones who defeated the Foul Sea? Because after that, they weren't even the heroes of 13-2. So what does Boonavell want with these people?
Also, these man's clothing.
Oh yeah, true, I've been talking about this stupid side quest. My apologies. So yeah, apparently this guy runs the fireworks.
Yeah, this director. This girl out of nowhere arrives at you and tells you, hey dude, your show doesn't have enough fireworks. Let me dump mine as well. I'm totally trustworthy.
You're gonna trust a stranger with fireworks. Do I even need to point out the problems here?
Yeah. Also, apparently the fireworks boss is a Final Fantasy X character reject.
Also, this parade committee has such great communication that this is just the first this guy's hearing about it. And yeah, they seem to not like each other.
Oh well. But that's just the thing, Jova.
Oh my god, guys, the director is such a pompous a-hole. It's so nice to be told about that than actually, seeing it. I mean, it's not like I play a JRPG expecting to actually see some good writing and character development. Sorry, Pedro. I'm looking at this the wrong way, aren't I?
No, don't worry. Well, how about this? Here, I have a theory for the whole taking away Lightning's empathy thing. My theory, I have a sneaky suspicion that this was a thing that was added way later, like post-writing script. My guess is she was just normal and there was no empathy removal. However, she was still characterized like this. And then sometime before the game released, someone told, maybe one of the playtesters, I don't know, told, okay, Lightning is completely devoid of emotion and this basically kills your entire story. So so they had no time to rewrite the whole thing and reanimate everything and basically start from scratch with the cutscenes. So they so clumsily added in an excuse. Oh, but don't you see, God took away her empathy. That's why she's a completely boring, emotionless husk.
Well, in that case, I have to say, congrats. She's an even worse character here than she was in the first 13 game. Don't get me wrong, Lightning was despicable in the first 13 game, but at least I could tell she had a soul. And deep down, she actually did care for her sister. Yeah, it was BS writing, but she still did deep down care. Here, though...
I think Crystal was withered away at this point.
Here, though, essentially what the game is saying is that Lightning here is a sociopath. Like, okay, yeah, maybe whether or not Boonavell is the one who ripped her for empathy, she's apparently a sociopath now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not good writing, especially if that's your offer saving throw. This is that we turned our character into a sociopath. Well,
on purpose. Therefore, it's fine.
Bravo! Just freaking bravo. Next, you'll be telling me that Leon was already dead in the end of Final Fantasy VIII.
You mean Squall? It's only called Leon in the Kingdom Hearts games.
I always remember him more as Leon.
Not that I blame you, because the original Squall is a fucking...
But guys, everybody was dead all along, and it's a cycle in Final Fantasy VIII.
No.
Again, I'll just say this. Well, to be fair, Jova, Kitase finally deconfirmed that theory, at the very least. I will, however, say this to all the people who used to believe in that theory. Every time someone came up to me with that theory in an attempt to excuse the terrible story, my reaction would always be, Actually, that's actually worse. That actually pisses me off more. Basically, what you're telling me is that the discs 2, 3, and 4 are a waste of my time. Nothing happened. If everything in discs 2, 3, and 4 is an hallucination, then why the fuck am I even playing this now? Might as well have the game be just one disc. And then Carl dies, the end. Sorry, and then Squall dies, the end.
So basically, the way this works is that Lightning has to go up to a pyrotechnician and just tell them, hey, set off this firework, and then they'll do it? Or are they just showing her how it works? Because...
Also, that sound you're hearing in the background is one of the one-man band.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's singing the Final Fantasy main theme. That's right, again, the main theme of this series
Actually,
is...
it's the 13 main theme that he's
Oh yeah,
singing.
he's playing that one now. Okay, he occasionally also plays the Final Fantasy main theme.
There is a specific side of tunes, I'm gonna check in a second what he does. Go
Also,
ahead.
shouldn't those...
Oh, and by the way, hold on, Joe, I have to bring this up. Ladies and gentlemen, Dick Clayton himself. I mean, look at that hat.
The hat stands out. It doesn't even match with any other article of clothing. In fact, that hat looks like the one worn by Lord Regis from Sonic 06.
Toriyama, no.
I mean,
keep that franchise out of this mess if you don't mind.
I mean, granted, there are plenty of gaming franchises with characters with top hats, but my main beef is like, well,
But look at that red bandit though. It's clearly the Layton hat.
I've seen plenty of characters with a hat like that. My main beef, though, is that the hat doesn't even really fit with the way most people are clothed here. Like, it doesn't even match with the guy's outfit.
Yeah, that's because Jova. Again, it goes back to the point. Like a lot of the clothing in these characters work like Tales of accessories, except again in the Tales of games, they're accessories. You can only put them there if you want to. And
That guy looks inebriated.
And yet they still look more in place than the ones in this game.
Oh,
as
he's
Taylor
drunk.
pointed out.
You sent me.
Yeah, basically this is drunk pyrotechnician. Yes, apparently that's his name. Drunk pyrotechnician.
You have a drunk guy in charge of fireworks. Shiroi and
The stupidity of this game is actually goes beyond belief.
okay, Shiroi, your turn.
What?
Come on,
They got a
Shiroi.
drunk- they-
It's a
they got a
drunk guy in
drunk
charge
guy.
of fireworks. Come on, you gotta have material for that.
No.
Fine. I'll
You've
get some.
completely given up at this point.
Yeah, nearly.
Really? That bad?
There really isn't anything happening.
Alright,
all.
I don't have time to try and convince him to hand over the
the
fireworks to me.
the
It's just a lot
musician,
faster to
I'm
get into
quoting here, the
drinking
musicians
ones.
scattered across the city, including the tour guide, rare additional various Final Fantasy tracks for Nintendo, mainly the opening theme. Battle 2 from the Final Fantasy V version of Battle 2, Clash on the Big Bridge, and Terra's theme from Final Fantasy VI.
Lovely.
Brilliant.
Lovely indeed.
Welcome.
Did you
Hello.
happen to carry Bacchus'
Basically,
brew?
the drunk pyrotechnician will only give me his fireworks if I give him Bacchus's brew, which is the best brand of beer that.
You know,
That causes the berserks. That
You know, here's a better plan. Why don't we take the drunk pyrotechnician with us, have him blow up the stalagmite, and he can easily be blamed. Like, I mean,
Because-
you could easily blame it on him. Like, why are we bothering with all these other pyrotechnicians? Here's our
This is
fall
Bacchus's
guy.
brew. I owe you.
I am honored to have been.
Yeah, he has a good point, but
I'm sure
no,
the
sorry, Joe, but that would
delighted
require the
receive
game
a
to
gift
be
from
witty.
such a beautiful woman.
Really? That's all it takes.
There you
A
go.
beautiful woman asking you for booze.
Well, to be fair, Joe, but she did pay for it, so it's not like the guy
I
didn't
know,
get anything
I
out of the
know.
deal.
But what was the whole speech of? Oh well, if there's
The
anything
boss
I'd
told
say,
me to
it's a
come and
beautiful
collect the
woman like
fireworks from
you.
you guys.
Or maybe it's
Tonight's
just
launch
sweet
is
talk
canceled.
because
Also,
she
this
paid
There we
guy
go.
literally popped into existence. Like seriously, the lightning was literally talking to the air
Pedro,
for like a
Pedro.
brief second.
You know what's even better? Not only did he
There we
pop
go,
in from
Pedro. Now
existence,
it's the one.
he actually had to pop in because he was doing the motions of his NPC, which basically means they couldn't even animate him getting up properly. They had to phase him into that.
What the hell is that kid doing?
a kid with bunny ears.
Kid. Majora's Mask is that way. You're in the wrong game.
God, this game.
But like I said,
This
but yeah,
game
like I
really
said
wants
earlier,
to be
the main
Majora's
theme,
Mask.
The main theme of the entire series has been reduced to a thing that dork plays sometimes.
The background.
Thanks, Toriyama. Thanks.
Again, I'm sorry. Are all these fireworks supposedly gonna make the building fall? Because they're going off one at a time. Like, I'm confused. I'm really confused. Is this actually gonna lead into a
Don't worry,
cutscene?
Java, this is Final Fantasy XIII. Being confused is expected. Don't worry. That means that it's working as intended.
Like, you know,
I thought that was Kojima's thing.
No,
Oh.
Kojima confuses you and then later shows you what the confusion was all about in an incredibly satisfying way. This just confuses you and leaves you confused.
Also, Shiro, Kojima then touches you. You feel the touch of Kojima. You do feel it.
even now as
Yeah.
a baby with Death
Now
Stranding.
where are the fireworks?
Hold on, I'll get 'em. The fireworks are yours. As many as you can carry.
That's
Such
not
Wait.
a drunken
weird
tone.
person.
Wait. So let me see if I can get this straight. They give her the fireworks, and then they fire the fireworks. I don't get
Well,
it.
the thing is, Shiroi, and you'll have to make that decision when we finish my playthrough of Metal Gear Solid 2. Basically, Shiroi, when we finish Metal Gear Solid 2, you're going to have to make the decision that every single person that has tried that game has made. You're gonna have to decide where do you stand in. Do you think Kojima is a mad genius or just plain mad? Because that's the choice that we all have to come to at the end of that game. I go for the mad genius because that game only got better as years gone by. The themes of that game only became more and more relevant.
I'd go
So
with
for anyone,
I have a feeling that decision's actually going to be quite difficult.
yeah. I go with Mad Genius, if only because I like the games that came after Metal Gear Solid 2 way better. Don't get me wrong, Metal Gear Solid 2 is by no means a bad game. It's far from my favorite though, for story reasons. And
well,
no,
yeah, it has the whole Raiden thing. For me, it's like, again, I can understand that, Joe, but to me, the fact that Kojima managed to make a story that is so relevant 10 years later after its inception,
well, it's
that
not
to
to
me is
say
the most
I.
impressive thing.
Not to say I feel that it's not the best paced of his stories either, in a sense.
True, I can agree.
And
Well,
it gets a
Metal Gear
little
Solid 3 is much
ridiculous
better,
too
but-
when Raiden of all people is so awesome that he can take down all these Metal Gears.
Yeah, alone.
Yeah.
True.
Again, to me, the main issue with Metal Gear Solid 2 is that it kind of falls into that, look at how awesome this new protagonist is compared to the original syndrome.
Fireworks.
So 805.
Well, it's like, well, remember, Joe, it was part of the whole trolling aspect of the. But again, I'm not gonna say much more because I don't want to spoil Shiroi.
Oh, I get it.
But,
I just feel that the execution was not the best. And look, I'm not even saying that it's a bad game. I just feel that the execution there was not the best for me.
Sure.
Anyway, and besides,
one of
it was still fun at least.
Sure.
Wait, Slaughterhouse
Uh,
Zoo?
The slaughterhouse.
Yes, basically Zoe.
Zoe,
Actually. Her
never
name is,
mind.
Her name is Zoe.
Wait, she looks a lot like what's her name from Snows' game.
Basically, one of the final fragment for Dajh that we need to get is can be won in this tournament. What is this tournament, you ask? Just beat a giant dragon, aka the first boss of the game. Again.
And let me guess, you can come back to here for other Super Boss sites.
I haven't actually tried it myself.
No, Joe, but there are still regular monsters from the tournament
I appreciate your
game.
concern,
The
but
two
The-
super
the-
bosses I mentioned, it's one in the desert, the Iron Knight, and one in an optional dungeon.
Well, I mean, it's like, well, I mean, surely there are other boss sites in this Coliseum after, beat the story one with the dragon,
Nope.
right?
No.
That would require the
No, I
game
mean,
to...
there are others, Joe, but they're just rematches with normal monsters that you see around. It's the Olympus Coliseum, kind of.
That's the
Except
thing!
Olympus
The Olympus
Coliseum
Coliseum
is better.
gave you super bosses! It gave you the Ice Titan! It gave you the Rock Titan! It gave you the Hades
Hades.
boss fight! It gave you Cloud! It gave you Yuffie! It gave you so much! What the hell is wrong with this game to not be able to do something that a PS2 game could do?
The game doesn't care, Jova. It's abundantly clear at this point that this game was just made...
Also, the dragon is so polite to wait until the start.
It's
Also,
abundantly... Sorry, go ahead.
that doesn't even sound like the girl's voice from earlier, but also, so they know she's lightning. Shouldn't this mean that half of the crowd is trying to kill her or something since there's these fanatics? But no, it's just fine. She's here, the savior. Like, actually, yeah, shouldn't some people be calling her the savior? Why is this one woman calling her the knight? Did she just conveniently not know that lightning's the savior even though her face is plastered all over the place?
I don't know what to tell you, Jova.
Geez. You know, if you don't want to world build, then establish that these worlds are as separate from each other as the Kingdom Hearts worlds are.
By the way, Toriyama, that was not her victory pose in the first game. Shouldn't you have her do the...
Actually voiced one of her iconic poses in the promotional posters of the first
True,
game.
true, but I still think it would
so
have fit more to have
trivia.
her actual victory pose from the first game. See, the thing is, Jova, it's abundantly clear that at this point, all Toriyama cares about is indulging himself. He doesn't actually want to entertain anybody with this.
Also, what the heck is she doing with a fragment of Dajh anyway?
I have no idea.
And it's also the money thing because they needed to make up the units.
Also,
We got a
Jova,
fragment, which means now I have to put up with her again.
Also, Jova, to answer your question from before, no, she's not the bro. And remember, Snow's gang is gone from this game.
They're
What
not in this
even
game.
happened to them? I mean, well, they were in 13
Well,
too.
that's the thing, Jova. They did not time travel with us, so safe to assume they just died naturally.
So I
No
guess.
big loss, though.
So I guess they gotta.
Remember, Jova, the big climax of 13-2 happens in 500 AD.
What?
So,
Well, I guess that's nothing for us to get broken up because, from what I recall, Snow doesn't even really seem to care. I mean, so I guess we can say that they got a happy ending before things went to crap in the near.
Well, actually, wait till we get to Snow, because to be fair, actually, he does have. Something
Oh
that will
right,
better
Snow's
say.
actually good in this game.
Put all his hope in that box.
like,
It would be
We'll get
cruel
to
if
it.
that were a lie.
Oh, so now you don't think I'm cruel?
Never did. You're just.
Yeah, you were never
you're just
cool.
dumb.
You're trying. You're a character
Alright.
who's clearly trying to be cruel, but at best you're annoying.
Yes, Hope. I can count, Hope.
Like, honestly, Lumina, Hope's doing a better job at torturing us than you. And he's supposed to be on our side.
There's Lumina we're talking about.
Alright, Shiroi. I know everything has been a complete bore up until this point, but it's okay because the game is gonna give you some comedy.
Hey, a cowardly pyrotechnician.
Honestly, I think the outfit he's wearing is comedy
Boss is
enough.
having me
Honestly,
grab all the
Little woman in the background, what are you doing? That wish is rubbing her
She's
arms.
shaking.
Also, this guy
That's
looks.
not what... Wait, she had a bottle in her hand? It just looked like she was empty-handed
No,
to me.
it was a shaker. I can actually go.
Also, Lightning Returns. I get that
Okay.
you have a limited budget, but maybe you could have had something that's not the exact same character model as another pyrotechnician. Like, exactly the same. Like, look, this sort
We've
of
run out of money, Jova.
Look, this sort of stuff is okay in Pokemon because it's Pokemon, a game that is bigger than this game, a console game, sadly. But here, we're seeing these people up close. It kind of stands out when they look exactly the same, and their voice.
The others? You'd better set out soon if you hadn't gotten around to them.
Comedy. Fuck you.
Wow, did they really
From the
just
bottom-
do that?
From the bottom of my heart, a genuine
that's-
fuck you.
That's shameless.
Fuck you, game. Fuck you. Anyway,
Does this game even have any Fs left?
no.
We'll throw plenty at it, don't worry.
Okay, so I cast our statue.
So what do you mean we have enough fireworks? I mean, so what? So was those guys shooting off their fireworks supposed to represent them giving it to us, or are they gonna convert into one giant firework that will allow us? Also, Lightning said that, you know, the boss wanted 3 times the fireworks, but we got them from 10 pyrotechnicians, so isn't that technically 10 times the fireworks? I mean, can she not count? Why all of a sudden are we assuming the number 3 goes to the number 10? What does 10 pyrotechnicians have to do with Rice the fireworks? Why didn't they establish this stuff from the get-go? Why isn't the fireworks display actually fun to look at? You know, I mean, God forbid, at least the fireworks scene in the first 13 game actually looked decent thanks to it.
It just raises too many questions.
Really? Who gives a shit?
Anyone who bothered to buy this game thinking it was good, I guess.
That should be
Oh,
plenty
it's
of
interesting you say
fireworks.
that, Jova. I mean, he's not an SSMB anymore. There was this guy, Crazy Bean.
goes off.
Oh, I
He's
remember
actually,
him.
he's actually one of the poor souls that actually enjoyed the first 2 games. He actually really liked the gameplay of the second game, but he hated the story though.
On stage.
So he was at the very least still willing to give this game a legit chance. But I actually saw him playing his first time. He streamed it for me.
Possibly.
and he was horribly disappointed with this one. Like he could not, like he couldn't even get past the first hour of the
Was
game,
it because the gameplay was different, or did he just really
No,
not like the story?
Well, he didn't like the story anymore because the story was still just as much of a mess as the 13-2, and the fact that he didn't like the clock, he didn't like the clock limitation, he didn't and being pressed and all that shit, and he found basically didn't like the gameplay outside of the battle system.
True, it's like, I mean, easy or not, the clock system is still there, and really. Okay, here's the thing. With Majora's Mask, stuff was constantly changing as time clicked and ticked down. So it made sense that that was time-based. Here, though, okay, so a certain door will open if it's a certain time, never mind the fact that it'll switch back. And you may get a different look of day or night. Actually, can you ever come here and it'll be daytime?
I brought the fireworks.
Yes, if it's daytime, it will be day.
This? This is way more than I asked for.
Wait,
Oh, it's
wait,
definitely large.
hold on. Wait, hold on. Way more than you asked for. I thought that we were collecting fireworks Sundays.
That's because Jova, I collected a total of 13, which is why he said that.
Wait, oh my god. Wait. Oh, I forgot this guy was the boss. God, I forgot about a character who
Right
showed
there
up in the same part.
Right there.
I forgot about this guy, and he shows up in this part. What the heck?
That's how forgettable this game is, Jova.
So basically, if you bring 13, he'll say more, because from what I recall, again, you know, the actual pyrotechnicians listed were 10, so what is
Actually,
it?
Jova, see, the thing about getting the because of the specific numbers that the pyrotechnicians gave you, you can never get an exact 10. You always get at the very least 11.
Wait,
So he always says that.
Wait, so even though the game clearly tells you to get 10, you'll get more than you asked
The
for.
fireworks are in place.
Yes.
Why
Not that
not
I'm
just
complaining,
make it
mind you.
11 or 13 then?
Never before.
I don't know.
I mean, okay, I guess it'll last.
Listen here.
Ever going to forget.
All right, should be smooth sailing from here, right, guys?
In the finale.
I wonder if your actors know how flimsy your setup is. Don't you think they'd want to know about it?
Wait,
And just what are you hinting at? You're not seriously threatening to blab to the cast and let them in on our secret, are you?
I'm just concerned for your star, that's all.
your
See, there you go,
secret?
Jova. She's concerned for the star.
Sure she is.
So, wait, is she admitting that you know, wait, so what exactly is so flimsy about the setup?
Maybe. Who's going to
I
replace her
wonder.
Really?
Hold on. Shira, here you go.
You're looking at her.
Ta-da!
That
There you go.
would have been...
She's Marluxia now, apparently.
Okay, that could have been funny.
It just doesn't work, Jova. I have to be perfectly frank.
It doesn't work. Okay, again, this kind of joke, and trust me, we'll also get into that when it comes to the Sazh comedy routine. That kind of the wacky humor this show, this game, for example, remember that thing where Mog did the Jibanyan thing? Again, this kind of humor works in Yokai Watch because Yokai Watch is very cartoony and lighthearted in tone. This game, on the other hand, takes itself 90% of the time absolutely seriously.
Yeah,
And is very dour and depressing in tone. So as a result, when they try to have this kind of wacky comedy, it just comes off as a massive mood whiplash.
not only that, but again, they don't even give them the proper tips to actually try and animate it properly. Like, well, okay, you want to do that funny with lightning, have the camera actually move more comedically. I know it sounds weird having a camera move comedically, but you know, actually maybe zoom it in and out of her in a zany action. Try and animate her face to actually have her try to look like it, instead of just having her wear the same dull expression or not. Like, I mean, again, even without the tonal dissonance, and don't get me wrong, the stupid jokes coming out of nowhere are stupid. This will be your real audition. It's the actual show. That's not an audition.
Basically, if I just want the tournament to gain the fragment. However, this main quest also requires me to once again beat Zaltas at the tournament. Yes, so I'm gonna have to beat Zaltas again at the slaughterhouse. The game literally forces. The game. Shiroi, is that funny enough to you?
Wow, they hung on that. Like they were. They hung on that. They were expecting people to laugh at that.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay,
I
it's
just
not-
want to point out that on the Slaughterhouse poster, the Coliseum thing, there's supposed to be a stylized version of the classic Warrior of Light from Final
Easy for
Fantasy
you to
1.
say.
Sorry, too little, too late, Toriyama.
Also, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but how does competing in a slaughterhouse count as an audition for what seems to be, I don't know,
She has
a
to win an
dance?
outfit that's the prize of a Slaughterhouse.
Before we do
That's
that,
the only way to
Sazh.
get that outfit. Oh, hey, Sazh.
Okay,
Hey, Sazh, get out that
you're
call
not
for your half.
ready for this,
I've
Jova.
got all 5
What could
of
they
the soul
possibly do to
fragments for
ruin
Dajh.
Sazh? We were finally accomplishing our goal.
They're gonna, well, Jova, we just mentioned how bad the comedy is.
Oh,
Now the
God.
game is gonna go full cartoon on us with the comedy, and at the expense of Sazh.
You saved my son for me.
How nice, because Sazh can't be allowed to contribute anything whatsoever.
Yeah, she'd up and
No.
left us in a lurch. Dodge's little chocolina. Didn't even notice when she snuck back
It's
in.
just that.
Oh yeah, that's right, because
Shiro
Sazh also...
mentioned, Shiro mentioned Kojima earlier. So here's the thing,
Oh
Shiro.
wait, hold on, this bit.
Dropping those
So
soul
apparently,
fragments.
that's right, Sazh knows that Chocolina is the
Do what I said.
Chocobo.
Once they're put in that box, they'll become one again. You do that, and I'll take care of whatever comes next. Open the box, and the soul
Why are we
goes back to
trusting...
Dajh all
You
in
know
one
what,
piece.
whatever. Yeah, why are we trusting Lumina?
I don't know.
Also, Sazh, you've just revealed that you know that Chocolina is not only a Chocobo chick,
Okay.
but, you know, a woman in a Chocobo outfit.
What the?
You want to do more with that?
What's wrong with this thing?
Don't you dare to say it's gonna be that only lightning can open it.
Hello, hello.
I wish that was it.
Why
Yeah.
doesn't this thing work? I got Dodge's soul back, didn't I?
His soul is reborn, but his heart's shut away tight.
Oh
Dajh is
no.
frightened and doesn't want to come out.
No.
It's your scary face.
So what you're basically telling me, game, is that Dajh is intentionally torturing his dad by not coming out because he's being a spoiled brat, basically.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sazh is being way concerned
Can you hear me in there?
for all these
You're messing with your old man,
centuries.
right? Tell us, son. You're not frightened.
See, even he says it. You're messing with your old man. Even he's saying it. So even Dajh is now an unlikable dickhead. Thanks, game. You made me hate a child.
Honestly, I'm not.
Holy.
Honestly, I don't buy it. If only because I'm not gonna believe Lumina.
Stop flapping around.
I guess,
Leave
yeah,
me
but
alone.
still.
I'm busy. Look, sit there and
Even
shut
in
your
bird
beak, will
form,
you?
she's annoying.
There you go.
Hey, that hurts. What was that for?
Comedy! Laugh, Shiroi!
Wait, this is supposed to be
Shiroi,
funny?
laugh! It's damn it, it's funny,
This
goddammit.
game
Laugh!
compared to what's about to
Cool it,
happen.
will you? What's gotten into that pea brain of yours? All right,
It's the way you look.
You too? Damn, the whole world's got it in for my face.
Sazh,
Oh
I'm
jeez, that was a
serious.
terrible
Wow.
You should see yourself.
Basically,
You're scowling
apparently,
all the
they're
time.
saying, oh, Dajh
You
refuses
wanna scream
to
at
come
someone.
wake up because you've got a sad face. You have to smile, and then Dajh will wake up.
Here we
Just
go,
smile,
Jova.
Dajh. Just smile, Sazh.
So basically, he has a scary face because, God forbid, he be worried for his son.
My own anger.
Thanks,
Think
Toriyama.
about what I
Thanks.
must look like to
Jova,
Dodge.
we're about to do a
used to be
90s
different.
movie
No
routine.
matter how tough
Okay,
the
okay.
going got,
90s movies can actually be
always
good.
figure out
So,
a way to
are we?
Jova, I'm talking
my
about
gosh,
Patch
you know, it's
Adams
okay.
level of 90s movie
Yeah,
routine.
some-
Oh, we are
Gotta
screwed.
learn to
then.
Just watch.
I've been doing it all wrong.
Just as long as they don't have him do a comedy
Dodge,
sitcom
remember that game we used to
routine.
play?
Too bad.
Even worse, I'd say. Oh boy, I'm never ready for this.
What? What?
By the way, that's the airship from the first game, in
Pilots,
case you
are
didn't
you
notice.
ready?
Oh
This
God,
space race is
no.
gonna decide who's the fastest air jockey in all
You know,
of
you could just snark, tell jokes or whatnot. Like,
Whoa,
Go
come
home,
on,
game,
airship,
you're
our neck and
drunk.
neck. Who's gonna crack first? I'm Sazh, Castro,
Okay, Shiroi, this is the charming and funny part of the game.
I think
I'm,
doing-
I'm with lightning on this one.
I'm
I'm
laugh-
just over for this, but I don't have alcohol at the moment, so it's double suffering.
I'm laughing in the sense that he's just cracked.
You're all right.
Okay,
Sorry
maybe
about that. Guess I got
maybe
too
if
caught
this
up
were in a
in this
more
space race.
charming game, I'd like this. But again, this game has taken itself way too seriously to get to this point. And okay. Even ignoring all that, that's just stupid. So what, he has to play with a ship like an idiot in order for Dajh to come out of a box?
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't even do it in front of Dajh, he just does it around the room.
It's just stupid.
Dad, that's not fair.
Aww. Seriously, that sounds like it's just waiting for the canned ah. He's supposed to be laughing, yet he looks like he's crying. Bad animation.
This is where a character dies. Potentially good character dies.
No, Tio. This is not Sazh. Sazh did not die. Sazh...
Depressing. It's even more depressing than an actual on-screen death.
Please tell me that Sazh has appearances in some crossovers that redeem him, please?
Yes, I can tell you that in Opera Omnia is actually has more dignity.
What's Opera
In fact, Opera Dissidia Opera Omnia, the mobile game.
Okay, I'm going to download that mobile games just so I can have something where I can salvage him.
He's practically the first character you recruit in that game.
Oh, cool! Does he participate in the story?
Yes.
Go away, please.
Best intentions be damned. I don't care if Sarah knows what I'm going through.
Also, now they're doing the whole Lightning doesn't care.
Even if she hates me for it.
Why would she hate you for it? Like...
Alright, Wildlands main quest completed.
I'm sorry, Lightning, why would Sarah hate you for it? I mean, what you're doing is helping people. What does she have to hate you for? This isn't like the first 13 game where you were clearly doing something that was gonna risk people's lives, so... Why would she hate you for it? Like, did we really have to do that just so Lightning could do her I don't care shtick? Also, we're back in the Wildlands now.
Well, remember, I had to come back to the Wildlands to finish this, so...
Lovely.
Alright.
Shiro, you mentioned Kojima earlier. See, that's the thing, Shiro. In Kojima's games actually have fourth wall breaking humor. And to the point where in Metal Gear Solid 2, fourth wall breaking humor is actually used to foreshadow the game's big plot twist. The big difference is that, and trust me, it works so brilliantly. But anyway, the big difference is that the reason Kojima can afford to have something like that in his games, despite the serious themes it has, is because the game, for the most part, keeps its tone balanced. It's never way too serious for its own good. It keeps itself fairly, somewhat balanced in tone to the point where it can either go into funny or serious because it keeps itself on the balance. Whereas this game, however, the problem is that it's just takes itself way too seriously, and then all of a sudden, boom, this cartoony shit comes in. Because that's not going to be jarring at all, is it?
And hey,
No, not at all.
and hey, forget it being jarring. It's terribly done still too.
Mm-hmm. It's just terrible. This is such a soulless piece of crap. Anyway, we're dragging this. So see you for the next part, everybody.
Yeah.
See you then.